I'm not really doing a lot. Dude! Oh my god! I don't really remember. It's pretty brutal. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a brand new YouTube video. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I know that the channel has been pretty crazy, pretty chaotic over the last couple of videos, and that's really just because life, while I don't really have anything new to report video to video, life has just been incredibly busy, and frankly, outside of work and streaming, I'm not really doing a lot right now. Just kind of eating, kind of training, kind of just doing the thing, but I do owe you guys some better content for one, and two, I realized recently that I never really gave you an update at the end of the official cut that I was doing this past summer. Never really gave any sort of information as to when it ended, where it ended, how I looked as the cut ended, or why I ended it, or whatever, so I definitely need to do that. Before the video continues, please go ahead and drop a like if you guys are enjoying the content so far, enjoying the content as of late. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not yet, and let's go check out this physique. First of all, crop top, you know, it's still not exactly, you know, summer's not over yet, but still rocking the crop top because it's Missouri, it's the Midwest, and it's hot. So let's, yeah, I don't know. Pizza shorts, crop top, you know, I work from home. What the hell? This is the physique. It is not the best physique. It is not the leanest physique. It is not the best looking. It is not the strongest. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It is my physique. This is what we're looking like as of right now. I will go into a little bit more detail later as to, you know, why the cut ended and where it ended. I'll have more footage of that, but this is what we're looking like right now, sitting at like 178. What did I weigh the other day? Weight's not really fluctuating a lot, which is good, and I don't really care if it does or not, because it's not a reflection of how I feel about myself, and it really shouldn't be, but feeling pretty good. Definitely leaning into the thickness that fall brings on. Right bicep feeling a lot better, having better mind-muscle connection. We'll talk about that a little later too, but overall, feeling pretty solid, especially at the legs too. Legs are looking and feeling really nice. Ooh, that right one. Damn, look at that separation, dude. My legs look better than I thought. Shoo!
Color me wild, won't sing no blues. Can't play a safe child, go and break all the rules. Say your truth loud, raise your voice and shout it out. Got the right to be proud, turn the world upside down.
Okay. Normally, I don't really like avocados, but just to get some more calories in, because I only eat technically 3 real meals a day throughout the week anyway. Sometimes I get busy enough to where I'm not eating as frequently, so having bigger meals at my actual meal times has been helpful. Not only in keeping me full, which has been a huge problem for me for a long time. I just don't get full. I don't really know why, and that's kind of foreshadowing to what I'm going to be talking about later on in the video. But also with chicken, avocado just, I don't know, man, it just tastes good. It makes everything really creamy. But, you know, I'm not really caring about food in general in terms of how it makes me perform in the gym or how it makes my body look. I'm still focused on performance and fueling my body, but I want to fuel my body for life, not specifically for the gym. So here is to feeling nourished and feeling full while eating delicious food. Got some leftover couscous from last night, which was delicious. Cass made this incredible salmon with some couscous. It was amazing. And chicken from last week, which is just pulled chicken with some Southwest seasoning on it. Let's get a little bite of earthing here. Dude, that is phenomenal. So one of the main topics I'm gonna cover in this video is kind of where my head is in terms of nutrition right now. Since I got into fitness, I've eaten for a specific goal, whether that be strength, whether that be size, whether that be aesthetics, you know, dieting down to be leaner or more cut, or, you know, body recomposition or whatever. And while I think it's good to have those goals in mind and chase those things if you want to, I support that fully. Oftentimes I think we let ourselves get into this cycle of cut, bulk, bulk, cut, bulk, cut, just back and forth, oh, I gotta put on more size, or oh, I gotta have 6-pack abs because I'm gonna be in the boat this summer, I'm gonna be in the lake this summer, or whatever. Don't get me wrong, man, I get it. I like looking good when I'm out in the water, you know? Like, who doesn't? I like looking good when I'm just wearing clothes in the winter. Like, I like to look good. Who doesn't like to look good? It's 100% understandable. But like, if we only focus on that, we tend to lose track of how our food's making us feel, not only like in and out of the gym, but how our food's making us feel mentally. We start getting into this phase of counting calories and tracking macros for the specific purpose of counting calories and tracking macros to look a certain way, when we're neglecting how all of those habits make us feel in a lot of different ways. So I've decided, for me, for the time being, like, I'm not eating for a specific purpose. Like, I will most likely be in a caloric surplus, but I'm not gonna know that day to day. I haven't tracked a macro or calorie nearly a month now, month and some change, probably around a month. It feels good. I already have a pretty good idea of what I'm eating, and I still weigh out certain foods just so I'm not like super overeating. I've gotten to the point where I can kind of eyeball 8 ounces of rice, 8 ounces of chicken, 8 ounces of protein or carbs or whatever. I've gotten to a point where I was getting mentally tired and emotionally tired from only tracking my macros and calories, getting as close as I could to whatever number I thought I needed to hit, and worrying about how a certain food made me look in the mirror. That's just a really unhealthy relationship to have with food, in my opinion, especially for someone who's not competing to be a professional bodybuilder. You know, like, I'm not stepping on stage anytime soon. I feel happier eating this way. I feel more well-nourished mentally and physically at the same time eating this way. I feel free eating this way. So if you've been dieting or counting your calories or macros very strictly for a long time, enjoy yourself. We've got one life to live, and in my opinion, living the majority of it tracking a calorie and tracking macros or whatever, like down to a fucking decimal point, it's just not a healthy way to do it. So do it for an extended period of time, get an idea of what you're eating, but after that, unless you've got like a super specific goal that you really feel like you have to hit, fuel your body for other things. This is really new to me, so it's hard for me to give advice, but like, suffice it to say, I just feel better eating this way. Here's the biggest thing. If weight is a problem and you think your weight is an issue, I stopped my cut right around 170, like no, I don't really remember. My weight has stayed the same for the last like month, like right around 178. And Saturday, Cassie and I had Mexican, we went to a movie, I had candy and popcorn. I didn't think about how it was gonna make me feel. I didn't think about how I was gonna look in the mirror. I didn't think about, oh, my nipples are gonna look puffy because I ate shitty food or whatever. Like, I didn't think about that. And if I did, I immediately shot that thought out of my brain and was like, hey, you're enjoying yourself, man. You're having a date night. Like, and to a lot of you, this might seem like an obvious statement. This might seem like a no-brainer. For me, this has been something that I've struggled with for a long time. So if you struggle with something like that, I would recommend just trying to let go to the best of your abilities, enjoying yourself, and I would bet that you'd be surprised with the result. Okay, so let's talk about the bicep. First things first, besides being the realist, I would like to say that, and Cassie's behind the camera right now, and I'm sure she'll agree with me, I tend to overreact. I tend to overthink. She's nodding her head and laughing. I tend to overthink, I tend to hyperfocus, and I know a portion of that is not really within my control because it is due to my pretty severe anxiety that I've had a lot of flare-ups with and a lot of struggle with in the past, especially recently. That being said, I've now seen a doctor, an NP, spoken with several of my friends. This is anecdotal and they're not professionals by any means, but several of my friends who are very proficient in their fields, whether it be powerlifting, chiropractic care, chiropractic study, whatever. I've spoken to several people and gotten opinions from 2 to 3 different professional people within the field of health, fitness, and just general wellness. All of them have told me that nothing's wrong. And I can train as is as long as I am training carefully and as long as I am focusing on my bicep. And my buddy Mitch, who I spoke about in my last video, he prescribed me some pretty awesome routines and exercises in order to not only strengthen my bicep and the bicep tendon, but also to focus on shoulder stability, because I do believe, and he believes, and I would agree with him, that a lot of these issues are stemming from some shoulder instability one way or the other. So overall, I feel like the bicep is definitely a lot healthier. I definitely feel it a lot more. We've been really focusing on mind-muscle connection with the right bicep because I've learned that my left arm is bigger than my right, which doesn't make any sense to me. I've always focused on my right, and I've always felt like my left arm was smaller, but I've always felt like my left arm is smaller and I've had to work harder to keep up with my right arm, but apparently that is just not the case. So, pull days have been going well over the last couple of weeks, given this additional rehab and therapy I've been going through, and on top of that, I have switched some things up in order to continue training, not only safely, but continue progressing in the direction that I would like to progress. So we're gonna go hit a back workout, and I'm just gonna train and not worry about it because that's what I've been told by Dr. Mitch Hammock and several other people, that I should just get out of my fucking head and train. I'm clear to train at 100%, so we're gonna train at 100%. And besides, if I rupture a bicep tendon on camera, that's definitely gonna get some views. All in all, to summarize, I would say that if you're someone who struggles with scapular or really shoulder at all stabilization, or you have a lack of shoulder mobility, like I thought I was at like 80%, turns out I'm like 55, 60% shoulder mobility, work on stabilizing and strengthening your scapula and the different heads of your shoulders. And honestly, even if you feel like you're doing just fine in that area, I would recommend looking into it because it will not only help your push and pull workouts, but it's kind of a workout in and of itself, and it will just help you move better overall. It's pretty brutal.
Pull up on some yellow cap street shit. Faded off the sand, you be sneaking. Tell me where you be at in the nighttime. Baby, hit me on that lifeline. Damn, I love your bad Americano body. Ferragamo on me. Probably let the party know De Niro on me. I'ma shoot. Got that barrel on me. I got black on black on black apparel on me. Girl, I know you see me lurking. Yeah. On some L'Oreal shit, I know you worked it. You a head case, baby, wonder where you learned it. Looking for a student, I be perfect, yeah.
You guys ever feel stupid about something that you did? Don't, because I tweaked my hip doing bicep curls today at the gym. What? I don't even know how that would be possible, but I did it. So like an old man now, I can't bend over without some sort of pain in my right hip, which is just awesome. Okay, realistically, did I actually tweak my hip by doing bicep curls? Probably not. It like hurts to sit on it right now, it sucks. But what likely happened is after yesterday, I PR'd, camera's a little wonky here, hold on. Yesterday, PR'd on deadlift, 365 pounds for the first time ever. Had no pain doing it, had no pain after, had no pain last night, no pain this morning. So my guess is, well, first of all, we gotta show the 365 pull. Hit 355 and that was a PR, but that moved so quickly, which I'll show before the 365, that I just had to try 3.5 wheels. So PR back to back on the screen right now. So what likely happened is I had some lasting fatigue from yesterday, and I just tried a new variation of the single arm bicep curls, the tempo eccentric curls that Mitch had prescribed to me, and instead of sitting, I tried to do them standing just to kind of like emulate having like an incline bench but on a preacher curl, and ultimately I probably just, moved whenever I was so focused on my mind muscle connection with my right arm, and I moved such that my hip just didn't care for it. If I've learned anything in my past couple of months of terrible anxiety, physical therapy, and recovery, it's that whenever I feel like I've injured myself or I'm in pain, there are a handful of things that can help me. One being chilling the fuck out, that's the big one. 2 being a lot of ibuprofen. 3 being some food. I guess I'll have some dinner, and hopefully tomorrow I can wake up not feeling like a 90-year-old man. Fingers crossed. My gosh, it is finally finally some decent fall weather outside, but not inside. So before your boy starts to sweat, we gotta change. Much better. First of all, it's beautiful outside. It's overcast with a little bit of sun, and it's about 68 degrees. Absolutely beautiful fall weather. Got ourselves a cold brew with some oat milk. It is the GOAT, or the G-oat order for the coffee shop order. A lot of energy, nice and creamy, just the way I like them, but that is not what we're talking about right now. Last night I had like 4 hours of sleep, which is awesome. Random, terrible mental health day, but sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches, ladies and gentlemen. Life still goes on, work still needs to be done. Yesterday we talked a little bit about nutrition, talked a little bit about what I've been doing and why I've been doing it that way, and I wanted to add a little bit more detail before we end the video. The end of the cut, I will try to find some clips or some pictures or something to throw on the screen right now of what my physique looked like in my opinion at the end of the cut, or the peak of the cut, or the best it looked in that process, however you want to put it. While I feel like that was like my best physique to date, I know that I was not taking care of my body physically in terms of mobility, in terms of being able to recover properly. I know I wasn't taking care of my mental health like I thought I was. Like I thought I was doing the right things back then, but turns out a lot of that really deep caloric deficit, hardcore dieting can really weigh down on your mental well-being. So while my physical state may have seemed on the exterior to be in great shape, my mental state was just not. I wanted to explain a little bit about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. So right now, like calories, macros, like not even really on my mind at all. I'm kind of just eating to eat and fuel my body. Kind of like I said yesterday, not just fuel for the gym, but to fuel my body to be my body. This change in how I look at nutrition may not bring forth the best looking physique, but I guarantee you it's going to make me physically and mentally stronger. And on top of that, I'm trying to sever this emotional tie that I have to food and the way that it makes me look. It shouldn't matter that my body doesn't look just as good as every other fitness YouTuber out there. Like that shouldn't be a reason, or lack thereof shouldn't be a reason why I feel poorly about myself. And I'm not projecting that on anybody else, but that is very closely derived from a negative relationship that I have with food and the gym, and these things should add to my life, not take away from it. So for the time being, I'm going to eat for no specific goal at all other than to fix being hungry all the time. You know, Stephanie Buttermore, a pretty popular fitness YouTuber, girlfriend of Jeff Nippert, who I'm a huge fan of, she did this thing called All In for, I think, it was definitely over a year, maybe it was close to a year, I don't know, but she essentially wanted to fix her hunger cues and wanted to cure being hungry all the time, because no matter what she ate, she was always hungry. And maybe not to the same extent, but maybe to some capacity, I feel like I experience something pretty similar on a regular basis. So not only am I eating to complete satiety, I'm not gonna overeat by any means, but like I'm eating until I feel satisfied. So I'm fixing that problem, I'm fixing my relationship with food, I'm fixing my relationship with the gym, and I'm just learning to, it's so new to me, it's I don't really know how to put it, but I'm fixing a lot of things by doing this, and so I've only been doing it for a couple of weeks and I already feel better. So I'm gonna wrap the video up here. I do want to say thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I understand the content's kind of everywhere lately, but I don't have a whole lot of exciting things going on, so it's not like I'm bringing new content every week, so I don't want to force anything. I don't want anything to feel unnatural or forced or anything like that. I want the content that I give you guys to be natural, authentic, and entertaining while also providing some value. So I hope my videos have done at least that lately. So with that, gonna wrap the video here. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you're brand new, or if you're not new and you haven't already. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the screen. I think like right around half of you who watch this channel or watch my videos are unsubscribed. We gotta fix that. That's how I grow. I really appreciate all the support. A comment, a like, a share, a subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. Any or all of those things help the channel grow immensely and help me more than you know. So, for the third time, we're gonna wrap the video up here. Thank you guys for watching, I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. I've always... I don't know what I was gonna fucking say now.
You've always felt like your left leg was...
I've always felt like my left arm is smaller, and I've always... Dude, it's like you fuck something up so much that like the what you're messing up becomes the thing that you're trying to say subconsciously, and the thing that you actually want to say becomes the mistake. And so your brain's like, hey, say the shitty, stupid thing instead of the thing you want to sound smart about.